Young and the Restless 2-week spoilers October 6 to 17th. Victor's fierce assault and Jill's explosive rant. Monday, October 6th. Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, and Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, discuss their distrust of Victor, with Diane worried their alliance will backfire. Jack, however, believes Jill won't let Damian Kane, Jermaine Rivers, destroy Chancellor or Jabot and is confident he can handle Victor. Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, tells Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, to leave Genoa City, as everyone hates her. She laughs, mentioning Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, is romancing Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, in L.A. Audra Charles also reveals she knows Kyle didn't tell Claire Grace Newman they almost slept together in France, taunting him about wanting her back. Diane worries about Kyle's depression, noting he missed a meeting. But Jack insists Kyle must face the consequences of his actions and warns against coddling him. So, Kyle announces he's going to L.A. to get Claire Grace Newman back, a decision deemed a worst idea ever due to his tendency to not listen. Audra Charles goes to Crimson Lights, and Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, inquires if Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, will join her. Audra Charles states she's flying solo, omitting that she was dumped. Sharon Newman shares she's also flying solo, heading to LA to see Noah Newman, Rory Gibson, who is opening a club there, and is happy with Aline Gwynn, Kelsey Wong. Sharon Newman is flying separately from Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow. But they are not broken up. Victor informs Nick Newman they are preparing to go after Damian Kane. But Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, believes using Newman Media is unwise. Victor tells Nick Newman he cannot leave Genoa City for LA until Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, returns. Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson Newman, Melissa Claire Egan, are in France investigating the Chateau inheritance and Cullen's scheme. So, Victor wants Nick Newman and Adam Newman to coordinate with IT to prepare for Damian Kane's potential AI retaliation. Nick Newman has to inform Sharon Newman he'll meet her in LA later due to dealing with the Victor Damian Kane situation. Sharon Newman worries Nick Newman won't make it, but he promises to show up for her and Noah Newman. Jill and Nikki's confrontation and Sharon's investigation. Tuesday, October 7th. Jill and Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, rehash their past. Nikki Newman tells Jill she's glad they have time alone, as she needs to get something off her chest, possibly concerning Catherine. Sharon Newman discusses an off-screen investigative trip with Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, and Daniel Romalotti, Michael Graziade, asking if they learned anything about Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes. Tessa Porter confirms they did, but appears unhappy, fearing for Mariah Copeland's safety, possibly due to retaliation from someone Mariah Copeland attacked or the risk of Mariah being arrested for attempted murder. This could explain Mariah Copeland's desire to protect Tessa Porter and Aria Porter Copeland. Tessa Porter and Mariah Copeland's marriage will be tested in the coming weeks. Nick Newman corners Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, before leaving town, questioning her involvement with Damian Kane. Phyllis Summers needs a job, and wants someone to listen to her, plus she has a low-key crush on Damian Kane. With Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, done with him, Phyllis Summers might be hoping for a chance. Young and the Restless spoilers. Jill meets with Jack. Wednesday, October 8th. Young and the Restless spoilers reveal Jill meets with Jack at Jabot, appearing unhappy. Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, and Damian Kane are likely topics of discussion. Jill also meets with Victor, who drops a bombshell. Colin, her ex-husband, swindled an old lady out of her chateau and money, which provided Damian Kane with the seed money for Arabesque. This information is about to go public, and Jill won't be able to stop Victor. Lily Winters and their children will be horrified. Nikki Newman searches for answers, possibly investigating what Lauren Fenmore, Tracy Bregman, asked her to find about Victor, Michael Baldwin, Christian Jules LeBlanc, and Damian Kane. Jack urges Damian Kane to do the right thing and abandon his plan to take over businesses on Young and the Restless. Kane's AI threat and family drama. Thursday, October 9th. Jack takes steps to protect the Abbott family and their business, as Damian Kane refuses to stop his plans. Jack needs to protect Jabot and Marchetti from Damian Kane, and everyone will likely take measures to shield themselves from the AI attack. Nick Newman goes rogue. This could involve him joining Sharon Newman in LA or dealing with the Damian Kane-Newman conflict before even boarding his flight. Jill and Lily Winters confront Damian Kane. And it's revealed the Newman Media exposé about Collins Kahn and how it funded Damian Kayne's empire is public, humiliating the family again. Friday, October 10th. Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson Newman are rewarded by Victor for their loyalty, likely for investigating the chateau and trashing Damian Kayne on Newman Media. They already have top jobs and a mansion, so the reward might be something more. Damian Kayne, enraged, confronts Chelsea Lawson Newman and Adam Newman at Newman Media about the truthful smear article on Collins' inheritance scam. Damian Kayne may launch an AI attack on Newman Media for trashing his father. Michael Baldwin and Christine Williams, Lauralee Bell, discuss Lauren Fenmore's upset over Michael Baldwin helping Victor and their upcoming wedding. Several returning characters will appear for the ceremony. Christine Williams and Danny Romalotti, Michael Damian's bachelor and bachelorette parties take an unexpected turn on the same day Phyllis Summers finds herself in a prickly situation, possibly related to Damian Kayne's AI attack plan or an accidental disruption of Christine Williams' bachelorette party. Phyllis Summers may find unexpected romance with Damian Kayne. Spoilers for the week of October 13th. The week of October 13th to 17th. Damian Kayne is cornered by Victor and his allies, leading him to lash out. Kyle continues to make mistakes regarding Claire Grace Newman, and Audra Charles is at a low point. Their interactions may spark unintended consequences. Diane is still suspicious of Victor, and doesn't want Jack getting close to him. Billy Abbott is focused on targeting Damian Kayne due to ongoing family drama, while Jill tries to calm Damian Kayne and bring Billy Abbott back. Adam Newman is happy to fight Damian Kayne for Victor, seeing it as a win-win. Christine Williams and Danny Romalotti's wedding is set for November sweeps, kicking off at the end of October. Patty Weaver returns as Gina Roma, and Trisha Cast returns as Nina Webster. Has never been a town for the faint of heart. And this week, The Young and the Restless reminded fans exactly why. When Victor Newman decides to take action, there's always collateral damage. His latest power play sends shockwaves through the entire city, triggering an explosive chain reaction that leaves even the most hardened residents shaken. But while Victor's wrath ignites one side of town, Jill Abbott's fury lights up the other, and when these two titans collide indirectly, the fallout is nothing short of spectacular. Victor's new crusade. The mustache has always been a man of precision and dominance, and lately, his patience has been running thin. Despite his promises to slow down and let his children take the reins, Victor can't stand the chaos brewing within Newman Enterprises. The family he built, his empire, his legacy, seems to be slipping through his fingers, and he's determined to reclaim it by any means necessary. When news leaks that a major investor is threatening to pull out of Newman due to internal instability, Victor doesn't hesitate. He summons his children to the ranch, a move that immediately fills the air with tension. Adam arrives first, smirking, as though expecting another lecture. Nikki follows, trying to smooth things over, while Victoria, always prepared for battle, comes armed with spreadsheets and reasons why she should still be running the show. But Victor doesn't want explanations. He wants obedience. And when he doesn't get it, he unleashes what can only be described as a verbal assault, not just on his children, but on their entire approach to business and loyalty. "Every one of you thinks you're smarter than me," he growls, his eyes narrowing like a lion sizing up prey. "But while you're busy playing games, I'm still the only Newman who knows how to win a war." It's the kind of fiery declaration that sends chills down spines and ends arguments instantly. But this time, Victoria refuses to back down. She calls her father's behavior toxic and outdated, igniting the kind of confrontation that fans haven't seen between them in years. By the time the shouting subsides, Victor's message is clear. He's taking back control. And if anyone stands in his way, even his own blood, they'll regret it. The ruthless retaliation. Word of Victor's assault on his family spreads fast. Adam, never one to miss an opportunity, leaks hints to the press about unrest within Newman leadership, hoping to profit from the chaos. Meanwhile, Victoria retreats to her office, shaken but resolute, while Nikki tries to act as the glue that holds the family together. But Victor's next move is even more ruthless. He orchestrates a surprise merger that nobody sees coming, one designed to sideline Victoria entirely and bring in a familiar face to shake up the ranks. Rumors swirl that Victor may be courting Jill Abbott as a strategic ally, but when Jill gets wind of it, she's anything but flattered. Jill's explosive rant. Over at Chancellor Winters, Jill Abbott is already juggling a storm of her own. Billy's impulsive decisions, Devon's temper, and Lily's exhaustion have left her patience hanging by a thread. When she hears that Victor has been sniffing around her company, implying that Chancellor needs his guiding hand, Jill loses it, spectacularly. Jill storms into her office like a hurricane, slamming her purse onto the desk and shouting to anyone within earshot, "The day I let Victor Newman tell me how to run my company is the day pigs start flying over Chancellor Park." Her assistant freezes mid-step, Devon and Lily exchange stunned glances, and Billy smirks, because this is vintage Jill in full throttle. But Jill's fury isn't just about Victor's audacity. It's about respect, or lack thereof. For decades, she's fought tooth and nail to prove that she can stand toe-to-toe with Genoa City's most powerful men. And now, to have Victor Newman even suggest that she needs his help feels like an insult to everything she's built. She paces the office, muttering sharp jabs under her breath. Victor thinks he's the godfather of this town. Newsflash, I've been surviving his schemes since the Reagan administration. Devon finally steps in, trying to calm her down, but Jill's not ready to hear reason. She decides then and there to confront Victor, not with subtlety, but with the full force of her legendary temper. The showdown. When Jill arrives at the Newman Ranch, Nikki immediately senses trouble. The tension between the two women is palpable. They exchange polite but icy smiles before Jill demands to see Victor. Victor, of course, greets her with that signature smirk. "Jill," he says coolly, "I was just about to call you. We have much to discuss." Jill cuts him off mid-sentence. "Oh, I'm sure you were, Victor. Probably to tell me how to rescue Chancellor Winters, right? Let me save you the trouble. I don't need your empire, your advice, or your condescension." Victor's eyebrow arches. "You're taking this too personally." "I am personal." Jill fires back. "That's what's kept me alive in this town. You may control your family with fear, but you don't control me." Their argument crackles with decades of history. Old rivalries, business betrayals, and even a touch of grudging respect. Nikki eventually steps in, reminding them that Genoa City doesn't need another corporate war. But Victor, still simmering from his family rebellion, can't resist one last dig. "Maybe if you had more control over your company, you wouldn't be so defensive." Jill's face hardens. "Careful, Victor. You might just find that the next war you start doesn't end in your favor." And with that she storms out, leaving Victor uncharacteristically silent, watching her go with a mix of admiration and irritation. The fallout. In the aftermath of these explosive encounters, Genoa City braces for the consequences. Victor's grip on Newman Enterprises tightens as Victoria contemplates her next move, possibly aligning herself with an unlikely ally to fight back. Meanwhile, Jill channels her anger into action, setting up a bold counter-initiative at Chancellor Winters that could directly challenge Newman dominance. Rumors swirl that an old friend, perhaps Jack Abbott, might join forces with her, reigniting the age-old rivalry that has defined the young and the restless for decades. But one thing is certain. When Victor Newman declares war, nobody stays untouched. And when Jill Abbott fights back, Genoa City had better be ready for the fireworks. This isn't just another business feud. It's the beginning of a fierce new chapter in the ongoing battle for power, pride, and legacy. As the dust settles, fans can only wonder, who will win this latest war of wills, the mustache or the maverick?